today? No, that was yesterday. Yeah, it's not on here yet. Anyways, I was
Which
checking through their
game?
lineup, Revolution. That first game lineup, it seems pretty similar here overall.
Yeah, they had a Midas and they had a Meraxes and a Ravenor, so
There you
all
go.
three heroes same as game number one so far at least. They also had a
Moribund
Blitz and a
myths.
Mirror.
So the issue of that game really came down to the lack of defensive tools on the side of Ringers. No Storm Spirit. I don't even think they had a tablet. We saw once Clanks was jumped, he had a lot of trouble. They had the Accursed and the Moira even, but even that still was not enough to save him. So
I mean, Mora didn't even have time to react before Clanks was dead, so
yeah,
not much to do.
they're really thinking of. Ooh, I like it. I love seeing Gauntlet.
I mean, I love it as well, but this is the game that qualifies you to Diamond, and I think it's safe to say that Gauntlet necessarily as a hero. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the potential to be really, really strong, but on the paper at least, he's not one of the stronger or more solid heroes. So it's going to be interesting to see. I would assume that it's Slaskadurt that feels comfortable enough with this hero and that actually like encourages his team to say like, yeah, I can pull off a gauntlet here. No worries. I'm not going to feel any pressure at all. I'm just going to do what I always do. I'm going to land my hooks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you're not. I'm fine with this. The ugly game last game, but honestly, this being the final game, why not? Let's have a final game to decide it all for the final team. As far as you go to diamond or you go to gold, so that's as you pointed out there once again that this is it for these two teams. So yeah, is that the best pickup in that sense? Well, you got to think they're at least comfortable with it, and I'm sure Slaske will end up with it.
I'm pretty sure that both Midas and Moraxus got tools to get rid of both the get rid of the Gauntlet Blast. Like Midas can use Elemental Warp and Moraxus can use Arcane Shield it away.
True.
So there is a little bit of concern there as well. If this was actually the best game to pick up the Gauntlet. Normally, I feel like a Gauntlet would be really good versus dual support lineups so that you can just, run around with your pull key and get free kills all over the place. But not sure if that's going to be the case in this game. Also, Moraxus, no, wait, what was it? Yeah, Moraxus, Arcane Shield works versus the Grapple as well, so...
I'm pretty sure it does, yeah. The thing for me, though, thinking about it more about the Gauntlet, is his ultimate. What I like with his ultimate, too, is the idea that it purges. Now, I'm looking at the Legion side, and there really isn't a whole lot that it's going to be purging off that I can tell. So that's where also I'm a little bit, is that really the strongest pick, too? So, yeah,
It purges off all Ravenor's charges on his ultimate.
does it?
I have no idea.
I would doubt that. Then you get a no fire blade against Ravener every game, right? Pearl, by the way, just happened.
What?
Now, she has a purge, and Gauntlet Infernal Instability can be purged. So right off the bat, I wonder if maybe that's kind of an idea.
But using or picking up a hero simply to counter a Q spell doesn't seem like the best idea.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
not the reason, I'm sure. But why Pearl, though? This isn't even
I
like
have
a
absolutely
ranged
no
team
freaking idea.
either. Yeah.
What is this? I mean, Behemoth is just gonna jump anyway and just shockwave everyone. He doesn't care about the freaking whatever the spell is called, the preservation. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it would have been a versus a Clanks or something, I mean, you could have seen the synergy a little bit here because the Bramble as well. I mean, this is going to be a roaming Pearl and Bramble or something.
Well,
Are they
okay.
going to go for defensive Trident again with
I
a Pearl and
think
Bramble?
this isn't the team that ran the roaming Bramble. That was Polymorph, I want to say, the team that they beat. But, I remember yesterday we were spectating a match that they were in, and we saw them playing Bramble, too. So
Yeah, versus Dawn. That's
exactly, and then they ended up winning that series, of course. So they too have experience playing it, clearly. And if it's like it was in the Polymorph game, then it will be a roaming Bramble. Now, again, I don't know if that's going to be 100%, but wow. I mean, this is just, I really don't know what to expect. Pearl or
true.
Bramble?
I'm more interested about the Pearl. I just think that hero is complete garbage in most cases. Like, it just, I mean, it doesn't have any outbox tool. It doesn't have any, like, it cannot run around and gank, or at least I don't think it can run around and gank. But why would I otherwise pick it with a roaming Bramble?
I will say her Soothing Presence, do not underestimate that. It's basically a free Astrolabe that you get when you pick up Pearl. So,
Yeah, but are you going to max that up as a support? Because you're going to be low leveled, I would assume.
that's true. Yeah, you wouldn't get max level until later on. That's a fair point. Yeah. Huh. Hey, I'm trying to help here. But you're right. Yeah, no, there's a reason this hero's not picked, and yeah, that was the one that I thought that I was so right on, but you make a great counterpoint. So it's hard to really put a lot of value in it. But clearly, I mean, this is it. That's what we keep going back to. Like, this is to qualify for Diamond. Clearly, they have an idea of what it is we're a little unsure of, but.
And this wonderful freaking Bramble skin as well, like adorable.
Oh
like
God!
it's
That's
like normally it's so big, like it's taking up like 2 heroes more or less. But in this case, it's like even smaller than the support pearl.
Oh boy! And you got the fairy pearl, whatever, the princess pearl. These skins, man. Okay, all 5 going to the opposite lane, their own lanes even. So gonna protect their jungles. Neither team running a jungler though. At least we don't think so. Bramble, he's spot items more so. It looks like he's gonna be laning. So, but what would that be? Because why would he have a buckler if he's not planning on laning? But I'm looking at like Moraxis, they all look like they're gonna lane too.
Yeah, good question. 9 blights.
Huh.
Are they going to have him in the forest?
Bramble Forest? Is that a thing? I
I
guess
don't know. Maybe if you pull the first wave, but I mean, look at the Hellborn team. They're manning up with Puppet Monster, Torture, and Moira.
Well, if you pull the wave, then like you don't need a buckler. So yeah, so many questions, man.
That's true.
What is going on here?
Maybe he just wants a little bit more of a tanky presence or something. I don't know. He's running over to the. Where is he going?
He's gonna do Ancients level 1. He's gonna show us something crazy.
But look at the Hellborn team. I mean, they have a tri-lane down here. The Hellborn team definitely don't see that this coming, because if that were the case, they wouldn't send Bramble to the top. I'm quite confident.
This is almost one of those frustrating games, man. It's just like, why is this so crazy and so out there? Okay, so the Bramble Midas lane is what it's going to be, because that makes a lot of sense for some reason. Yeah, the trial lane, as you're pointing out, I mean, this is a very aggressive trial lane. More Torture and Puppet Master. They have a lot of potential for kills, so.
If Ravenor gets caught, there's nothing that the Pearl can do to help him.
So Midas is supporting this Bramble top. And Bramble has a shield against a Behemoth. Like, yeah.
Well, he probably didn't expect the Behemoth to be up here, though, to his defense.
That's fair. That's fair. It's
just but yeah, support Midas. Like, Ravenor needs a snowball, though. That's the entire idea behind this draft. I mean, yeah, there we go. Bramble's going to be down here. But even though, I mean, are they actually going to be able to contest?
What is happening? What were they thinking? I still don't even really think they know exactly what their plan is. I mean, this is just so chaotic right now. Oh, boy. Well, anyways, he is bottom lane. He's going to try to chase down somebody. There comes the Spore Breath, but it's not going to kill anyone, so he's a lot of mana right there. In fact, now he's in a little bit of trouble. Oh boy, this could get awkward fast. There goes the World Bubble, completely whiffs right there, and Bramble's dead. Maybe? Yes.
Yeah, but I think that they could have potentially at least gotten a return kill, but Ravenor was just like, I'm not going to take part in that fight. Like, he was just farming the creeps for the entire time.
I gotta say, if we were just jumping into this game, and I really hate to be critical of Revolution right here, but because I feel like I praised them enough to almost do this, because if we just jumped into this game not knowing who this team was, I would, if we had other matches to choose from, I would leave it, thinking that this is going to be a stomp from Ringers than not knowing these guys, because they really are playing this is just weird. Since the second game and now this game, but they have their 5th back, so you can't blame that. Something is just really off here.
I have no idea what they were thinking with Pearl Bramble, like. What's going on? Like, well, I mean, if they would have been roaming, or if they would have had some kind of idea behind it, yeah, sure, go for it. I mean, like when you're creative and try new stuff, but they're just, I mean, their plan was pretty much just sit behind the Ravenor, it feels like.
Yeah. And to be clear, I say that with love, because in all wholeheartedness, I love to root for the underdogs to an extent, but also, you know, seeing some fresh blood in that Diamond Division is always a great thing in my opinion. So not trying to be biased here. I'm not saying that I want them to win outright, but I at least want a great game, of course. But yeah, so okay, let's take a breath here and just kind of let it settle now. And there are other things happening, and it's not like this is completely being run over by any means. It's just really funky here. So, but Moraxis middle lane, I assume it's doing all right.
Oh, bottom, there's stuff going on now.
Oh wow, there's all over the place. Yeah, that Spore Breath, it actually kind of missed right there. The Ball Lightning also misses. And now Ravener's actually dropping a little bit. He's going to be fine. Then Snaring Shrubbery. You got to definitely have to keep that in mind now as he is level 2. So that will help a little bit.
There's definitely potential here for the Legion team to just take over this lane, I feel. I mean, if they just hit their spells, they were on the same page when they initiate. I mean, Bramble's first spell, Spore Breath, didn't hit anyone with the stun, and neither did the Lightning Bolt from Ravenor. If they just hit those spells, I think they could have gotten at least 1 kill there.
Top lane, Midas going for Behemoth, actually. And he has
Spell
another
subject.
Transmute coming up right here. If he lands this Lion's Pride, he does. That's a kill. Oh, my God, the neutrals almost got it. Anyways, back to the bottom lane. Torture's also going to die. No, he barely stays alive. The Whirl Bubble connects, but it's not enough for the kill. It will be with the auto attack. Goes down, but it's at the cost of Ravener and Pearl. Not worth it at all, 100%. Bramble could just run back from there. Not doing much else. Mora, I don't know what the plan is really, but that'll be the end of that, it looks like. So it looks like a little bit of positive there for the Legion side. I mean, Midas getting the kill is still pretty big, sure. But the way the bottom lane ended, not too good news.
Now, Ravenor needs to snowball. I mean, the Hellborn team, I mean, Fibeli is doing 300 plus gold per minute, but Puppet Master, wow, actually went for Ghost Mushers.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a really greedy build here. At this, in the laning phase like this too, but I don't know, I say that, but Bramble, Pearl, not really aggressive kill heroes, so I guess that's where he has a lot of freedom to go very aggressive here. This is a very turtle team. This is a very
look at Meraxus, by the way,
team.
he's coming in here. There's no word of revelations. They're going to be able to get at least 1 kill, I hope.
Get Puppet Master, that's pretty big news, and they are. They're going to go for him. No chance for him to live through this one. The Shards of Harkon, however, there's the Arcane Shield from Meraxus, and now he's in the chase. Another stop in 4 seconds. May not even need it, actually. The Axe is doing plenty. Good job tanking it, but now he's going to get stopped as well. But it actually blocks out the stun on a Moira, and actually Meraxus in trouble, but that ensnaring Shrubbery is helping him, but Ravener got too focused. They are diving too much. Ravener goes down, and that Puppet Master kill is reduced a little bit now. The asphyxiation will pick off Torture, but it comes at a cost, and it's a double tap, actually, for Moira in the long run.
I think that if they were on the same page there, they could have definitely gotten more kills, but some of them probably set back, and Meraxus was just all in at that point. It was already too late for him to back off. But yeah, also that initiation, I mean, when you have an invisibility rune like that on Meraxus, you shouldn't use all your spells on the same target. I mean, Bramble, Ravenor, and Meraxus, like all using their spells on the Puppet Master, if they would have just used 1 stun on another target, that would have been easy 2 kills. Now they only get a Puppet Master, and I'm not even sure if that was worth it. Obviously, they turn around, oh, what's going on at the top lane?
Well, he dodged the hook right there initially. He's going to get the transmit off, trying to get away. No, the Fissure Block will stop that. And I don't think Midas is getting out of this. Not going to be enough. Yeah, the Enfeeble. Vernal Instability, too much damage. Bottom lane, Bramble, he's being gone on. The Ensnaring Shrubbery, not going to be enough to survive right there. He actually doesn't have anything in combat vigor currently. Not saying that would have kept him alive, but kind of question that a little bit. It seems like a pretty powerful aura, especially for a tri-lane. But anyways, he gets taken out. And you see Pearl going to just sit back now.
Ravenor's given up in the lane. Down at the bottom, he's in the forest.
Yeah, Pearl. Okay.
They cannot give away this defensive tower, though. Yeah, there is a port at least. I guess this Bramble returning to the lane, but Pearl just put it out, so he needs to be careful not to be dived.
See Moira roaming around. Gets the ward of sight down. Gonna get some good information. Sees Ravener. Uh-oh, Ravener. He's at half life.
Yeah, Penny is circling around and looking for to turn it around, but actually Midas is here as well. That's why they hesitate.
They are going to fall back from there, so probably the better. Don't want to get too crazy here. Signs of Life, Meraxus is doing all right. 300 gold per minute now. You got Gauntlet 350, so Gauntlet is doing a little bit better, but again, at least Meraxus having a solid start, getting, looks like going to have Steam Boots here in the near future, and then Portal Key after that, so still a little bit of ways. Ravener, though, trying to get him recovered is kind of the game plan, I'm sure. Not really working out too well so far. Moira, by the way, bottom lane. Midas, he's getting locked down. Puppet Master with a Voodoo Puppet is not going to be enough for the kill. They take out Moira, and so far it's the 1-for-0 exchange. However, the grapple, it's going to miss there. And now Gauntlet, he still wants something. He pops the ultimate, but now he's in a bad spot. Bramble, that Ensnaring Shrubbery, man, it is mitigating a lot of damage, and it keeps him alive. No, it does not. He does fall, but they get that turn on a Gauntlet. The Whirl Bubble hits somewhat, and Puppet Master will fall to double tap, and now Torture. The asphyxiation will slow him down the line. It's probably no, the Fissure's done a block, and Torture will survive in the long run, but they got important kills. And for the first time, it feels like they actually come out on top of a whole sequence there.
And there was a lot of missed done in that, but the Legion team, they come or they pull through. They have 5 people down there. I don't think Saintrock was part of the fight, actually ported in late. But Legion team getting, how many kills was that? What, 4 kills in total? No, 3 kills, I think.
3, I think, yeah.
In total, and now they're actually ahead in experience. I mean, Revenor is still struggling. It's only 200 gold per minute, but Meraxis is doing really well. And I'm not sure if he purchased something. He had his steam boots before the fight, I feel, and now he just got 370 gold per minute, skyrocketing to the highest part of the game. And Puppet Master, yeah, he went for those Ghost Monsters, so he's so squishy. If he gets hit by one stun, he's gonna fall. He's not going to have the attack speed to carry in the late game either, I feel. And in mid lane,
Yeah, they're going to go on a gauntlet here, and actually, it's not going to be enough. Yes, it is. The Shockwave was used, but not really a whole lot of creeps nearby. And they both will live initially. Mine is still trying to make the run. And, yeah, he will be fine. Unless a Fissure, it's not going to be enough damage anyway, so not worth it for a Behemoth right there. So good getaway in the end, and they got the pick that they were looking for. Boy, am I eating my words. I mean, again, they did look pretty bad early on, but they are really fighting this and making it work out very well. And gotta say, it is pretty fun to watch. How is it going to progress now is the question, but they do need to get a lot of recovery on Ravener still. That's the #1 key right now.
does the Hellborn team feel confident enough to keep this offensive trialing going, or are they going to rotate Puppet Master up to the safe lane instead? Actually, at the top lane, Bramble is in trouble. Slasker is going to pick up a kill here.
Maybe?
With a soon.
I'm telling
Port
you, man.
out?
He puts a wall, he goes for the port. I love it. Wow, he didn't even need that, but I mean, it was a very safe play. It was very smart, really.
Yeah,
but
he didn't have full vision on the gauntlet, so
Yeah.
I mean, better to be safe than sorry.
Can't blame him for sure.
Oh, Behemoth is going to run straight into the Pearl here. Midas combination, unfortunately going to miss.
You see Midas did get caught by the Fissure, but he's able to Elemental Warp away, just out of range of any danger. So he will get away, and they're using a lot of time and resources trying to commit to these kills. So actually pretty good news for the Legion side that Puppet Master especially even extending a little bit far right there. So this also kind of goes back, and you got to wonder what Fibeli, if maybe was getting a little too comfortable with the fact maybe kind of working off last game too. They did so well. They dominated. Those Ghost Marchers, he is very squishy. In fact, Bramble coming in. Now he doesn't have his final. That's unfortunate as the tower goes down in favor of the Hellborn side. Panty does die, though. The chase is on Midas. Can he land the combo? Yeah, no, we cannot because of the Mana Sunder. And out comes the Voodoo Puppet, actually, but the bubble, is that going to save him? And he's going to in. The Fissure's done, though. He is going to live. That was so odd, and actually the grapple, it's going to miss just out of range. Bramble in the background. He's going to keep running. The transmute on a gauntlet, as now the Hellborn team, it's their turn to chase, and they will catch Midas. Can they catch more? It looks like maybe. Puppet Master, he's going to close. The Vine Wall comes out. He's trying to do anything he can to survive. That ain't going to be enough, though. He will fall, and now that should be the end, maybe? Unless there's no way Ravener don't go back in. Okay.
Meraxis wasn't part of that fight. That's something to take into consideration.
wow,
he was
yeah.
in the mid lane and actually pushed the tier 1 tower. So he's closing in on the Polki at least. That's some great news or good news for the Legion team. And they are still, I mean, they're not that far away in gold per minute. Like, it's only 500 gold difference in experience and gold here.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of hope for the Legion team. I mean, I don't see that too much of a carry potential in the Hellborn lineup whatsoever. Not with item choices that Puppet Master has been going for.
Yeah.
I mean, he has something, but he's not the kind of hard carry as a Clanks or a Silhouette or something like that could be.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Obviously, he pulls his weight and all, but, you know.
I just think it was greedy to go the Ghost Marchers, but yeah, he gets the Assassin Trowel, the Whispering Helm. I'm sure maybe even a Shrunken Head he's going to prioritize against this Legion team. Wouldn't be surprised, but especially going the Ghost Marchers. But yeah, definitely. It looks like he's going to get the Assassin Trowel first, of course. A lot of damage potential, but that's something the Legion team definitely can take advantage of. But I will say, you could tell the game plan here of the Hellborn team really is kind of working off that game one, giving them Ravener, but this time really focusing him. I mean, it goes back, obviously, to how they started this game. They really went aggressive against him, a triple range lineup, in fact, against it, and they have really locked down Ravener. So unlike the first game, he is not getting any kind of farm still. At this point, top lane by the way, Moraxis, not going to be enough, I don't think. He pops the Matrax, but
There's a lot of TP support here, but
Yeah.
doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything out of that. They still have the Bramble Wall, though, so they could commit to this fight if they wanted to. Something that caught my attention as well in the last fight that happened down at the bot lane was that the Puppet, or it was that Pearl ultimate, that, you know, that was just out of range, or it was like clutch just next to the fissure, so Midas was like, I'm gonna run into it, or I'm gonna try to run around the fissure instead. But
Yeah.
Puppet's ultimate was outside of the Pearl ultimate, but Midas was inside. I don't even know if that deals damage to him, or if it's... You know, or do you get what I'm saying? Like, if
I
Puppet
do.
ultimate is outside, but he's inside the Pearl ultimate, I'm not sure if that actually damages him or not.
God, that's one of those really funky things. Yeah, that's a really good point. Now, yeah, I was watching that too because the fissure block was like kind of blocking it from really going into it and everything. But that's definitely one of the, I would say no because I really do think it's like any outside source of damage is you're immune to. So I think in that logic, it would not work. But I don't know. That's a good point though to bring up, and that would be one of those. Viewers, get in practice mode and tell us
Yeah,
what the deal is.
I don't think that anyone has ever seen that happen
Yeah.
before. I don't think there's anyone that can actually answer that question right here, right now.
Something I am noticing, though, you pointed out that this Vine Wall was back up, and in fact, it's almost back up again. It's a pretty short cooldown, actually. It's only 80 seconds at level 1. It's 60 seconds at level 3, so that's something he's going to be able to, ideally, will be up every single fight here. Moving forward, so good news. Look at Puppet Master. He's actually, it really is interesting too how Ringers is not really giving Puppet Master, like the short lane farm. He hasn't really been up there. He's been basically coming back to the bottom lane constantly, and even looking for action. Now his GPM is great, so it's hard to argue it, but might want to start figuring more about the game progression here. As
His farm is great. I mean, as long as it works out for him, I think it's okay. He still needs to be careful though with his positioning because one stun and he's more or less dead. He's even below 1k HP at this point in level 10. But yeah, he got Assassin's Shroud of course, so Legion team needs to be careful at the same time. And you can see here, Gauntlet's actually the one taking care of the Tristack actions here. Closing into that Polky, still got some gold left to get here, 250, but Morax has already picked this up.
Alright, yeah, that's going to be a big pickup, of course, for Gauntlet, but you're right. Moraxis, he's been a big factor as far as how they're able to start climbing back, and now the portal key onto him. Heading towards the bottom lane, it seems like that's where really most of the action has been happening in this game. As all 5 of the Legion team is in fact down here, so geez, they are really expecting something from Ringers in terms of trying to fight. But I mean, they have vision on the lane too, so I don't know what they're really trying to accomplish here.
Pushing the tower, I guess. I don't know.
Really
look at the ward by
that.
Penny, by the way. That's a pretty creative one, as you can see there right there. Fistmaster throwing down the ward of Revelation, fearing that there is a ward nearby, but Penny has instead placed it here in the corner of the tree.
Moraxis going to go hunting now with a Veiled Rod, see if he can find someone. Middle lane, perhaps. There is that Puppet Master. Him and Pearl are here. Poor coming in. There's the Assassin Shroud, though. I don't know if they have Dust yet at this time. So, Moraxis jumped on a Torture in the background. He wants to commit for a kill. Final comes out. They catch Puppet, actually. Asphyxiation on him. Will slow him down. Bramble with a Spore Breath. And no, the Arcane Vortex. Midas trying to secure it. Yes, he will. That's a big kill. Nearly got away, but he did not. Shockwave comes out. They push back Moraxis. He lived a lot, to be honest. They used a lot right there to kill it very slowly. And so at least they secure it, but Behemoth does die in the process. So in one fight here for Revolution.
I still can't believe that they're actually like on the verge of, or maybe not on the verge of winning, but they're actually playing even off that start and with these hero picks.
Yep.
Like freaking Bramble and Pearl, and they're actually looking to be doing pretty well here, closing in at that 17-minute mark now. I mean, if Ravener gets a Polky as well, and he keeps the charges up, which he always does, this guy, he plays it amazingly well. He's farming over here, tries that Skeleton King. Oh wait, down here at the bot lane though.
And they deny the tower, and actually they do catch Midas. There's that preservation, though. And here we go. He's going to mitigate all that damage, or prevent it even. And he will survive. So preservation comes into play big time right there. I will say, when she picked up the hero, it didn't make a lot of sense, but the Puppet Master was that last pick, remember? So it was after the Pearl pickup, and being that ranged carry, he's going to be affected by that. And again, especially with whatever that answer is to the ultimate question, if it works against if it makes you immune to that ultimate damage, if it's outside of it, if it happens to be, then that's even another reason why it's really powerful. against
I mean, there is the
Puppet Master,
Rhapsody as well. You could argue for that being a better pickup because he actually got a lot more of a lane presence. Actually, they're going to jump in. Marax is going crazy down here.
Yeah, he's trying to cause some chaos, and he's doing exactly that. Spore Breath that hits onto Moira. That secures the kill. The hook from Gauntlet doesn't really matter there, and they're going to steal the double stack Ancients that were left behind. Good use of their time here. Seems like Puppet is trying to find... Again, he's gone down, though, a little bit, and I'm not saying Ghost Marchers is the absolute reason for that, but it does seem to kind of go back to that, how he is pretty squishy here. Got a little greedy with the early build. Middle lane? No. That was just in time. Torture porting out. Wow, I didn't realize how close that was. But he gets away there. Are people... Are you there, Snowy?
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
it just got really quiet for a second.
Yeah.
I lost you.
I'm sorry. I was just paying attention to something in the chat.
Well, yeah, no, I'm wondering. Yeah, I was thinking that it might be caught up, so I wonder if anyone's actually checked it yet. But cause I genuinely am curious now if that does work or not. But it does also like push people back. And actually, speaking of her, she is leveling up the Soothing Presence next. It looks like she went Asphyxiate first, but the Soothing Presence is going to be the next one to level, and that means that Heal is going to be better sooner. I mean, the Astrolabe, how much is the Astrolabe? It is 200? 200. So her heal is even slightly stronger than an Astrolabe heal on a 30-second cooldown.
Yeah, now Midas is going to have an Astro on his own, so I mean, that plus the Pearl heal is going to be a lot of sustain. Probably goes pretty well with the Bramble spells as well. But he still doesn't have that combat vigor that you were mentioning like during the laning phase. Not even 1 point.
I'm not a Bramble player, man, but that doesn't make sense to me. Like, especially with how active. I mean, we have 26 hero kills in 20 minutes. It's been like that for like 2 or 3 minutes even, so I think that's a little bit of an oversight. He just got it right there, but yeah, just because he had to at that point. Curious there, but hey. The middle tower, it went down in favor of the Hellborn team, by the way. Midas was unable to deny it there. Puppet Master looks like he is going to try to get that Shrunken Head next for himself.
That he will, yeah, and Synthrox on Behemoth just picked up the Polki as well. He got it in the courier at least. Probably going to be delivered here. So, yeah, both teams getting a little bit of items here with Ravenor. I mean, he's still, like, he's almost up to 400 gold per minute, and we saw how well he executed this hero in game number 1. And it's just having that Puppet Master on the Hellborn side. I mean, that's all they can rely on. I mean, that's not even close to having a Clanks. Like, you're not going to be feeling very confident. You got a Behemoth Porky now. It's almost like you have to make something happen.
It really is an interesting lineup built around this Ravener, though. Kind of completely different. The first game, it was just all out, very aggressive team even surrounding the Ravener, where this is the complete opposite, really. I mean, it's a very defensive team surrounding
Go!
him. Yeah, that's a big miss, and actually, they're not going to try to capitalize, though.
I even had to pull Key up. He could have jumped in. I mean, I guess he was a little bit afraid. I mean, Ravenor was in the top lane as well, so I guess that's understandable.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the vision that we do.
So in the end, not going to react to it, but now the Hellborn team kind of resetting. Vilderot Torturer going to push up a little bit, but gets exposed pretty quickly right there, so he's trying to bait. I mean, that's the only reason he's kind of up as far as he was, but they're not going to fall for it, at least at that point. And it's going to kind of go around the backside, actually. He's really banking on them not having wards. He happens to be correct, but that was a pretty risky move. In fact, they're going in right here. They know they're here. Pearl's going to get caught catching preservation. Look at the burst damage on a Torturer. He goes 10 right off the bat. The Arcane Vortex. It'll suck everyone in that area. Here comes the Voodoo Puppet. The Shockwave going out right there. Pearl still can't get her ulti off. She's going to try for it here. It looks like, no, she's actually not even going for it. In the end, they're chasing down. They don't need it, apparently. Puppet Master's in trouble. Ravener's still well alive, and he's just caught in a really tight spot right there. He will fall. Pearl was killed. Gauntlets, though, he's now going to try to be on the run. Fissure stun blocking. Bramble to Spore Breath. It does not stun. Just a nice job with the axe, by the way. That's a really far axe. He drops it. He's going for it. Nice! Oh, big plays from Slaske. You saw the intention there, and he played it very well. So doing the drop and pickup. Not easy to do, but it's something that's becoming a little bit more popular to try at least.
It's not an easy thing to pull off, but sometimes, yeah. And look at the bottom, actually, Behemoth's going to be caught. I don't think this is going to be enough for Miraxus, though. He might actually put himself into a little bit of trouble. The Gauntlet's going to come in as well. There is
Bramble's
an
here, though.
invisibility rule.
Bramble's
Yeah, that's true.
That
But look at the
shrubbery,
Legion.
dude. It's so strong. It tanks him up so much. Bramble is now in trouble to himself, and he does not have the shrubbery, at least yet. 2 more seconds. So, not in time.
I felt like that was a little bit silly almost from Miraxus. I mean, there was no way that he was going to get a kill onto Behemoth. So, sure, it's nice to do a little bit of harassment but when everyone on the Helmut team is missing and probably heading your way, you should probably just get out of there. Just play it safe and let Ravener do his job here. I would assume that he's going to go for the Shrunken Head now when he finishes it up. He's just 100 gold away, but the Helmut team is actually going to capitalize on the movement, or at the moment when Bramble went down and going to go for a Congo kill.
Interesting. Barbed Armor picked up on Gauntlet. It's actually, they are going to try to make something happen. Torture got in the front lines. Midas following it up, gets the kill. Bound Eye drops, by the way. In the meantime, Midas being locked down by Behemoth. Ravener's here, though. Look at Puppet Master. He's running away. Arcane Vortex on Ravener, slowing him down. Bramble's not in this fight right now.
2 seconds.
Oh my god, they didn't spread then. Yeah, they were all clumped up right there. That could have been big. Puppet Master coming in now. There you have a Rev Ward, though. In comes a final wall, cuts them off. Gauntlet's in trouble. He has a barbed armor. It's not going to matter, however. He will still die. Nice trap onto him, and now Ravener.
Is Ravener done? Oh,
No.
yeah, he doesn't have the pull key yet. I completely forgot.
Nope,
he just
he does
ignored
not.
it this game.
Yeah, he went the Shrunken first. So I think he needs it, though. I think he needs to get it after this now. But yeah, he prioritized the Shrunken there. But at least they stall a Kongor, and Ravener stays alive, so.
That he does, and he's going to continue to farm. I mean, look at him. I mean, he is just outdoing Puppet Master by 60 gold per minute now. And even if there were an even gold per minute, I would probably still favor the Ravenor. He's just such a hard hitter when he got that 100% or 100 charges.
Yeah, we saw that first game especially. Very impressive performance by him. Doing so, or going for that same idea once again right here. Now game number 3. Gonna clear out some ancients. Actually, there's another pair of ancients over here, but just don't know if he doesn't realize or what. But there we go. Kongor Pit. I mean, the Hellborn team's in the area. They're acting like they really want to do it again, but not committing to it just yet. There is a Ward of Sight here. The Panty had the Bound Eye before, but obviously died, so doesn't currently have one right now. They don't have any Rev Wards on them either. What do we think about the Barbed Armor, by the way, onto Gauntlet?
I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like he's the one that's necessarily going to be focused. I don't feel like it's going to be that effective. And Pearl can actually purge it off as well with his first spell.
That is very true.
I don't know. I would probably like something a little bit more offensive here, because I feel like they're really on a timer here on the Helmut team. I mean, Puppet Master, they're for some reason they're trying to play this safe, even when they have the Behemoth and the Gauntlet. I mean, they need to be bringing the pressure onto the Legion team now, because Puppet Master didn't go for farming item. He has the Final Claw, and he doesn't have the Whispering Helm. And here we go, the jump.
There's a jump. Pearl, can she get her ulti off? No, she cannot. Locked down too much. Bindwall is up, though. Ravener jumps in. He jumps too. Puppet Master included. One more auto attack gets the kill, and he has max charges, and he is chasing further. Torture trying to get killed by Ancients. Ain't going to happen. Double tap coming out for Squirry.
And in the background as well, Gauntlet is being chased down by the Miraxus.
Oh, yeah.
And he dropped the full key again.
Again, are you kidding me? There's no way. He does it again. Oh
my gosh.
Sasuke on top of it, but he's still going to be chased. I don't know exactly where he is. Okay, now they find him again. He's going to have to do it again.
Yes.
Okay, drop the portal key. Let's go. Let's do it a third time here. Come on, put the portal key on the ground. Try for it. It's pretty risky now because he is low on life. So, yeah, he's going to accept death right here. Okay.
You probably wouldn't want to die with the portal key on the ground.
No.
You have to run all the way down there to fetch it as well. So,
no.
Nice attempt at least, but not gonna make it away. And I mean, Puppet Master. I mean, he went for the Shroud and the Shrunken Head. He has absolutely no tools to farm, no Final Claw, no Whispering Helm. Like, even taking out the stack of Ancients is actually a problem for him at this point. And he's never going to be able to stand up versus the Ravenor. So if you're Hellborn, you're really worried right now. And, I mean, they had the right idea right there. I mean, they picked off the Pearl and the Midas even before the fight started. But Ravenor is at that point right now that he can almost, like...
Yep. Did I lose Nui? Uh-oh. No! Snooey dropped. Hopefully he'll come back soon. You know what I'm noticing, though? I mean, as he's talking about right there, obviously, with Ravener and He is almost at. He's basically at the same point as that first game, to where he got the Savage Mace pretty much next at this point and just wrecked as soon as he jumped him. So I was going to say, though, Bramble, 3,000 gold saved up here. Oh, that is really interesting. How Peksu and Znui time out at the same time. Interesting. Both. That's. I wonder if they live like in the same area. They happen to live in the same area. Yeah. Let's hope that. Now, it's one thing to lose a caster, obviously, and hopefully Znui does return soon. But another thing to lose a player, especially in such a tense game right here. So, right now the Legion team, they definitely feeling pretty good. I'm really wondering what Bramble is going to be buying here. That was an interesting noise. Is it going to do it again? Let's see. Oh, that's what it did again. I would think it felt like he was going to be able to go on the Astrolabe. I think Znui even brought that up. Oh, no, Midas has one. That's why. Okay, so 3,000 gold. I would think like a tablet on him would actually be pretty powerful. Restoration Stone, I know that idea is interesting. However, you cannot double Entangling Vine Wall. It's one of the few abilities that does not let you actually double ulti. And there's very specific reason for that. I think it's just simply put that... is he back? Here, he's calling me one sec. Znui?
Yes?
Hey, you have returned.
That was so weird. I don't know what happened.
Well, the weirdest thing is that Peksu, he actually DC'd at the same time as you.
Yeah, it felt like DDoS. Like, because I had this, like, my account got disconnected and Skype died, but I had everything else running up, like the stream, for example. And I checked my internet connection. Everything was,
Do you guys
live?
I wonder if you like live in the same area or something like that. That's
good question. Let's ask him.
All right. I was getting at, though, just kind of a side topic thing with Bramble, how he has 3,000 gold saved up, and I was kind of going through some item ideas, and one that kind of came to mind was a Restoration Stone. However, oh yeah, that's not where you live. But you cannot double ulti with him. He's like one of the only heroes in the game, one of the only abilities that does not actually allow you to put two at the same time, at least. Obviously, he can use a Restoration Stone to refresh it and then use it after, which you could argue is still actually pretty powerful. But, again, you cannot use them at the same time. If you use another when one's up, it will despawn it and just bring up the other one. So, now, they very specifically did that, I'm pretty sure, because it was absurd for pushing towers. If you got arrested, like, initially when it first came out, you were allowed to, and it would be a guaranteed tower kill. Like, you could not defend against it, basically. So there's very good reason why that's the case, but it is kind of one of those exceptional rules that does exist. But, yeah, I don't know. 3,100 gold now on Bramble. What is he going to be buying, man? Oh, there we go. Okay, Storm Spirit is his option here. So it kind of seems like Bramble is that style of hero. He's kind of a saving hero to an extent. The Ensnaring Shrubbery, the combat figure, and now a Storm Spirit. Pearl, by the way, getting caught on the uphill. Again, she couldn't ulti, man. She's having trouble getting that off. In fact, Midas in trouble. Morax has got a big jump in the background, though. He does pick off Torture. Here comes Ravener. Oh, boy. Ravener charging in, has the portal key. He wants that puppet. He's going right for him. Look at the damage. The bound dies up. Bramble catches him. Spore Breath. The Vine Wall gets the kill on a Puppet Master. And Mora has to get out of there with their own portal key. But a big catch on a puppet. You could tell tunnel vision from Ravener. He doesn't care about anyone else but that Puppet Master. And he showed there.
Yeah, it's just like in game number 1 where they were just all in on the freaking Clanks. They know for a fact that, I mean, as long as they got a Shrunken Head, the remaining heroes in the Hellborn team doesn't deal any damage. It's only the Puppet Monster that deals physical damage. So by securing that kill, they just secure the team fight.
Yeah.
It's a simple concept, but they are performing, or they are executing it very professionally.
They really are, and yeah, he's done a fantastic job of it. So Scurry definitely deserving of the credit. And Prince Ravener yet again, and if you're ringers, you got to start now feeling a little scared, almost like deja vu. Again, exactly, the first game. It's starting to feel more and more like that style of what can we do against this. So he's like, he has the Shrunken now. You look at this Hellborn side, they don't really have anything that could actually stop it other than a Gauntlet Blast. Technically, it does go through, so that's really the only thing that they can rely on. I guess Arcane Vortex, of course, is the other thing. But now the biggest issue of that first game was the lack of the support items. They do have one tablet here. They could use it more, though, and then also a Storm Spirit would be nice. or two.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, going to be the crucial thing right now for them to farm up here. Mentioning, yeah, Pearl's having a lot of trouble getting off her ulti. I don't know if she's just being very patient with it, or because I think we've only seen it once. Like at the bottom lane, I'm pretty sure it's like the only time we've seen it.
Yeah, there was a mid-fight where she was playing very patiently, but I think actually it worked out in her favor. It was the right decision in that fight. Now, though, in the last two fights, I mean, her positioning has been a little bit off. Obviously, you want to be in the middle of the team fight because that's when your preservation are going to be most effectful. And here we go, another team fight.
This is the same area, man.
Look at the
gets
Quake
pulled in.
stun
That's
in
not
box.
the target you want, though. Moira goes down, Torch goes down. There's a preservation. Not really even necessary, to be honest. But the fight about blocks that Puppet. He has nowhere to go. He's trying to run the opposite direction than Bound Eye. However, the Dust even used just in case they chase him down. And another double tap coming out. This one for Pexu on the Meraxis. They're going to go Congo now. And there's no way that this is being stopped, I'm pretty damn sure. Only a steal's possible. Is Behemoth going to try for it?
I think he has to. I mean, they have to go for anything that can, for some reason, help them.
Nah, he's just going to delay it a little bit. But no, he's not going to risk it. There's just no point. It is going to be a Congo kill, so yeah, I mean, again, they really just can't do anything about that right now. They need those items, and without the Storm Spirits, the more tablets, and that, oh my god, they're coming back, actually. He jumps in really early, though. Gauntlet got it a little too early there, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Transmute comes out. Ravener is dropping, to be fair, and now here comes Behemoth, who got the token! I don't know. No one's clicked it yet. Oh, Moira got it. Moira of all heroes ends up getting it, so at least
Ravener
they steal the
is out of
token.
mana, though.
He is out of mana, and his charges, I assume, aren't the greatest either. No, they are 100,
That
never mind.
freaking armor from Bramble is just absorbing so much damage, but he is going to fall in the end, and I think the Pearl is going to follow him down to the death.
Very likely. In fact, Moira stays alive, too, with the token, so they will get a benefit from that at least. Pearl goes down, and hey, they win without Puppet Master, go figure, as far as that fight was concerned. So yeah, Puppet not even there, not necessary, though. I guess Ravener just was too low throughout that fight to do a whole lot. Yeah, he didn't even shrunken. It must have still been on cooldown at the beginning of it right there,
I would assume
unfortunately.
so, yeah. Yeah, the Shrunken Head is down to 7 seconds on Ravenor and 7 seconds on or Puppet Master as well, so I guess that's some good news for the Hellborn team at least, because it was, as long as the Shrunken Head is activated on Ravenor, he just hits like a truck, and everything that you can really do is just run for your life and hope for the best.
So it's kind of funny because they have a token, but you can't really push like you have a token because Moira's not really the most threatening token hero ever. So it's not necessarily that big of a deal. It's more so that they just kept it out of Ravener's hands is the crucial point here with picking up the token. So they get a secondary tower out of it. That's got to feel good at least. But if I was a betting man, still I feel overall pretty good about Revolution right now at least. He gets an Ice Brand, by the way, so he's going a little bit different than the first game. First game, he went very heavy damage.
Oh, there's full vision here, by the way, from the Hellborn side, and they want the fight.
They do, and they're going to pick a fight right here. In the meantime, Moira, though, she's going to die immediately. Has that token. Find wall in a very awkward spot for the Hellborn team. It's completely blocking them off, so it's really good in the end. As the Arcane Vortex just pushes her out with the ulti of Pearl. Bramble runs in there, though. Spore Breath comes out, trying to chase, but he's by himself now, and he's going to go down. Where is Ravener through all this? He finally joins the fight. Gets there very late, though, and he kills an illusion first. They will chase down Torture. A Puppet Master, though, he's not interested. He's staying away. Is Torture actually alive still? Wow. He is going to stay alive.
There is going to be a lead. Oh, wow. That was a wonderful place, Lion Strider from Midas. And now Puppet Monster is a problem as well. Shroud up in 1 second, though.
Oh, Behemoth saves the day. He gets grabbed away by his teammate as well. Now he will die, but he saved Puppet Master right there 100%. And that's, that really is the key hero, of course, on your side, but it might not be in the end. Ravener wants this. He's not going to land that. There's no way. Yeah, that's way too far. All right, so Fabelli able to sidestep it and stays alive at least, but hey.
That was, I mean, you got to give credit for Bramble in that Faisto Basic Tractor, that wall of whatever that's called, entangling wine wall, like perfect placement actually, like placing it in like that kind of vertical position as well, like just keeping everyone from the Hellborn team alive. Or, I mean, out of the fights.
That was beautiful indeed, and it seems like he's on top of those angles here, and, he don't pick up a hero like Bramble without really knowing how to play it, especially with so much on the line here, so Bass Extractor definitely showing knowing what he's doing here. Ravener trying to finish that Frosto Skull, but again, let's talk about that while we still have a little bit of break here. Again, first game, he went Savage Mace and then a Genjiro. He went very aggressive. He's going to Frosto Skull this time, so changing it up a little bit.
Well, Savage Mage was a direct response to the Wingbow of Clanks, and I don't feel like he needs the, or I mean, his mentality is probably a little bit different in a way that he doesn't feel like he desperately needs, one-shot the Puppet Master. He knows that as long as he's going to be in the fight long enough, he has to survive the initial burst from, let's say, the Gauntlet Blast. I mean, that's the only thing that they can actually use to keep him locked down. So as long as he survives that, then he's going to be in a great spot and be able to outcarry the Puppet Master without any problem. So that's why he goes for a little bit more of a sustain rather than that, burst damage in this game. Puppet Master is not really a threat whatsoever. I mean, he hasn't had too much of an impact at all in this game, even though he had a fantastic start in the start or during the laning phase.
Yeah. It really is interesting seeing the different spectrums again from Game 1 to Game 3 of the Ravener and the team surrounding, how it's a very defensive team this time, and that it's also the item build very defensive in the Frost of Skull Sand, so that's kind of intriguing to me how, here, with the first game, an aggressive team around him, he went the Savage. Sure, it was a counter to the Wingbow, but still funny how that's kind of being a coincidence there, but his team support around him, and again, they're doing all right here as far as item support, definitely. 1,000 gold plus saved up on all of them. It's something else to keep in mind. Again, I'm sure the Pearl Soothing Presence is constantly having an effect even in these fights. What's the radius? 600. I'm actually wondering about that. So is that actually an Astrolabe radius? What's the Astrolabe radius? It is 600. Okay. So
I think it is the same, yeah.
Bottom tower. No, that was a top tower. Wow, the first top tower is still up there as they take it out. But I believe I just saw the Frost of Skull finish. Yep.
Yeah, I would like the Legion team to just commit to this push up here in the top lane. I don't see why they're backing off if they're not going to defend this tier 2 at the bottom either way. I mean, they could have easily have taken a tier 2 for themselves at the top as well.
No, they are they're not even really falling back. That's the problem here. They were really like a kind of an in-between, and that's the last thing
Actually, yeah, Ravener doesn't even have a port. I'm not sure if the Hellborn team picked up on that.
Oh, they very likely may have. He's having to run all the way back right here. They were right. Now, the Hellborn team is actually going to fall back as the reinforcements come, but that could have been pretty crucial if a fight broke out without Ravener here. Gauntlet, he wants something. Ain't going to get anything, though. And
Marax, yeah, with the level 17, level 3 Matrax and a Shrunken Head, I mean, there's just no way that the Hellborn team can ever bring him down. They just have to kite him around in teamfights and just wait until everyone else is dead until they can bring down the Maraxes. But with the Bramble Aura, or that shrubbery of his, like, placed on either Maraxes or Ravenor, it's such a tough situation if you're Hellborn. Like, who do you focus? You're going to have 2 potential Hellflowers here in the near future, though. Puppet Monster is going to finish one up, and I would assume the Gauntlet might be looking into going for one himself. So that could be the key that they're looking for, is to try to catch the Hellborn team off guard with those Hellflowers and win a major team fight and just push for the racks.
Absolutely, that's going to be ideal here, so we'll see if that works out for them. Bottom lane, all 5 are pushing, though. At the secondary tower, you see the Hellborn side responding with a counter push.
Please don't fall back this time. I mean, Legion team, they're definitely ahead in the push right now. They should just commit 100%.
And they seem a little uncertain. They are going to be
they're
back.
doing it so half-hearted. Like, it's taking so long for them to push. I mean, they are in a leading position, of course. Like,
that was a big play by Slosky right there. He actually used his illusion to grapple to another spot, but it didn't matter in the end. It's too much. So they do at least catch somebody out of it, so that's where you probably argue it's worth it. But
yeah, if you can catch Slaskadurt in that position, then it's definitely worth it. I'm curious why he was just outside of the Legion base when the rest of them were up at the top lane pushing.
Yeah, I think he thought that they were just all pushing, and yeah, he wasn't paying attention fully to the missing right there, so good heads
And it's
up.
going to delay his Hellflower, or his potential Hellflower, even longer now. And that's that's an item that they desperately need here if they want to win this game number 3 and make it to Diamond.
Bramble roaming around here a little bit. See if he can find anybody, as Ravener is also nearby. In fact, if he goes left, he does not go left, though. There is no vision over here, so understandable. They really don't have a clue that Behemoth is over there, but they're going to go for the middle lane and may catch Torturer. No, not going to be worth it. Fine there. He has the Frost of Skull, though. Again, 2,900 live, nearly 3,000, really. Talk about the Ensnaring Shrubbery, and just in general, all the supporting cast with Bramble and Pearl and technically Midas as well around him, so the Lion's Pride here and the Astrolabe. Hellflower on Behemoth.
Really?
Well, no, he got the Arcana. I don't know if that was his second Arcana or if he actually just got his first one there. I actually didn't notice that, so. But
I would assume that he's gonna go for. I mean, I wouldn't assume that he's going for a Hellflower. That has to be into a Restoration Stone.
that or the spell shards. Maybe just wants to amp up a little bit
True.
at this point. He almost has a level 3 ultimate, too. Doesn't have it yet, though. Oh, they're being sneaky here. They're being really sneaky with the Veiled Rod. Bramble going in a big find wall, catches 2, including Puppet. He pops the Shrunken Head, though, turns on a Midas. Where's Ravener? Ravener is not here yet. He finally got a double damage, though! 2 shots later! Puppet Master dead. He does buy back.
There's a buyback, though, yeah.
But wow, again, 100 charge. I don't even know if that was 100 charges. I don't think it was. Just runs it with a double damage and 2 shots him.
It's a double damage. Just as in game number 1, like every single time, he just finds the correct runes, and that just shows how important it is in the late game to just have map control. And be able to get those DDs. I mean, they're not going to be able to get anything more out of it, though. Kongor hasn't respawned yet, and they're not feeling comfortable enough to break the base, and I understand them. They got what they wanted. They got a kill on the Torture, and they got a buyback out of the Puppet Master.
Exactly. They got the buyback, so in that sense, they definitely did get something out of it. So you see right here again with the replay, that was a great use of the Veiled Rod to make sure not to be seen either, sneaking in there. And then, yeah, I mean, Puppet, a good jump initially for Bramble, and the Puppet thinking he's maybe going to be fine, starts running away. All of a sudden, Ravener, what is it? Yeah, this is 2 hits. 1, 2. The first hit literally did like 80% of his life. That's absurd. Kongor is being done, by the way, by Ringers.
Very sneaky one as well. They timed it correctly. They jumped in with pull keys or Assassin Shroud, so the Legion team are not sure about it, but they feel that something is going on at least. Oh wait, actually, Word of Sight, we just placed it by Fist Maestro, so they got plenty
my God,
of vision.
that Vine Wall. That Vine Wall is causing so much issue. Puppet Master's just trying to run the whole time. He has a Shrunken Head up. He is going to get away for it now. You see Pearl near him, and actually, Trail Prisoner Patient puts it back of Raveners here. He's like, oh God, no, get off me. He needs to dodge this ball lightning in 2 seconds. I'm just watching. No chance. Puppet Master just dies. Down goes Collet. I was watching that chase the whole time. There's kind of another fight taking place, but clearly the Legion team is coming out on top. Moira goes down. Did they kill Kongor? No. Kongor.
I don't know who got the token.
Yeah, who got the token? What the hell? It's not.
I think someone from the Hellborn team got it, and then they died twice.
That's probably what happened. Yeah.
I mean, that wine wall was just so beautiful from Bramble. Like, it canceled both the pull key onto Gauntlet, and Behemoth just kept them in there throughout the entire fight. So even if one of them got a token in that chaotic moment today, I mean, just died twice.
My question is, how did he get there without a portal key, without them noticing either? I mean, they had vision. They clearly saw him running over there. That's definitely on the Hellborn team, honestly. You've got to notice that. Yeah,
I don't think he had a Veiled Rot at least, because he just placed a Word of Sight.
No, he did. I'm 95% certain. So he just literally walked up and then Bind Wall without them really doing anything about it. So easy Rax push coming out. If it wasn't looking really good for Revolution already, it clearly is looking very good now. They have a lot of gold saved out. They're going to be buying some bigger and better items here now.
Look at the experience lead.
It's pretty up there.
I mean, even just bringing down the Bramble, I mean, that would require at least 3 heroes, if not more, and it would probably require like 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe seconds to just bring down the Bramble alone. Like, how are you going to deal with the rest of the team in that case? It's not going to happen. I mean, I don't see it happening at least. Hellflower is finally going to be finished onto Puppet Master, but still doesn't have any damage items, so I don't think it's going to be the biggest deal in the world. And I'm not sure what Gauntlet actually purchased. He actually went for the Shrunken Head himself, so he's going to be even more defensive in his build. And Behemoth, yeah, still struggling to keep or get his gold for whatever he chooses to go for, Spell Shards or Restoration Stone. I feel like he has to go for Spell Shards. He's never going to be able, or this game is not going to last long enough for him to finish up that resto.
Absolutely, yeah. If he had an item like a Sheepstick, possibly, that obviously that would even be a ton more gold in the first place. But if he had that, then I think he could have warrant the Resto Stone. But yeah, no, the fact that it just refreshes his skills here, he's not going to really be using it for the portal key or the tablet by any means.
Wing Bow picked up on Ravenor, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. That's a
Good luck,
curious pickup. But I guess, yeah, I don't know. I mean, God, he is just so defensive here with his build to an extent, but at the same time, he doesn't need to be offensive because he does plenty of damage anyways, clearly.
Meraxus is in there.
Oh my God, Behemoth actually jumped Bramble, but his Ravener's like, hello, this is me now. Shrunken Head goes up. Going on a Torture Puppet Master. That was not even Ravener. That was Meraxus and Bramble doing enough damage. Gauntlet's in trouble. He's going to go down. It's over. That's a genocide right there. They just completely wiped them off the map. And I think Ringers is going to have to realize
jump
here.
in. There's nothing that the Helmet team can do about it.
Yeah. Revolution. They got to be feeling extra good knowing that, again, this is a team that I don't know if any of their players have Diamond experience. We're going to have to get information on that now that they are just about to qualify for Diamond. Very likely going to qualify for Diamond. As there we go. GG, well played. And it is official. Game 3 goes to Revolution, and that means they are the final team to join Diamond Division in Cycle 1 of HON Tour Season 4. So no doubt a huge congratulations to them. They got to feel pretty good about it. And I really am looking forward now to seeing more of this team and how they compete against the big dogs, as I say, you know, the upper echelon of teams, as it's obviously a step up, but still a very impressive run here and very worthy of that final Diamond spot. So congratulations, Revolution.
Definitely couldn't agree more. Congratulations to Revolution. Yeah, I did not see this team making it to Diamond, so they're going to join Chopstick Gaming and I can't recall what it's called. Sona Esports.
Sona Esports, yeah.
That's the name. They've been changing the tag I don't know how many times throughout the qualifiers. So Sona Esports, Chopstick Gaming, and Revolution are going to be the 3 teams that joins the already 5 invited teams, of course. And they're like, I mean, they did it in style as well. They had a freaking Pearl and a Bramble, and I think it's safe to say in that case that you cannot really blame their individual performance or their skills by any means. If you can win with those heroes, that didn't necessarily snowball at all because this was just a team effort. They just played really well. They outplayed their opponents throughout the entire bracket, and yeah, like you said, I'm looking forward to seeing these guys compete against the top teams on the scene.
It is going to be fun. So yeah, they got it. Obviously, it's even Chad. You know, they're having fun with it. They're excited, but yeah, now you're going to see how they're going to compete against those top teams, definitely. So as far as Ringers is concerned, you know, they are one of those teams, but I'm sure at least they'll have a roster to stick around and play gold by any means. But they got to be one of the top candidates, no doubt, in that gold division. Is safe to say, hey, yesterday they were in the winner's bracket. They had a chance twice to get to Diamond, and unfortunately they fell short in both of those chances. And thus they are going to be in that gold division. So not the end of the world, but they will have to work their way through Cycle 1 and get that chance in the relegation matches if they want to advance on and move further. But what a day, what a weekend, what a tournament here we had with the HON Tour Season 4 qualifiers. A mix of just great solid play, a mix of just a lot of diversity, man. That's the other thing to remember, too, is that the 6 new heroes, we haven't seen the complexity, the Reason Gaming. We haven't seen those teams and run with these new heroes and tournament rules either. And so that's going to kind of be interesting to also get inside on and see how they do.
Definitely something. I mean, not to take anything away from these teams, but obviously it's going to be a little bit different on the top tier level where there's actually a little bit more of a strategy, you know, more concerned draft around these specific heroes. So yeah, looking forward to seeing those heroes. We've seen most of them. It's only the Night Owl, I think, that we haven't seen yet, and that's actually the one that I'm most interested about, just to see where he's going to be ran, in what kind of synergy, in what kind of heroes that he's going to be teamed up with, or how it's going to work out. I mean, Probusk especially, I know that he used to play it in the carry role, but I feel like it has transitioned into a little bit more of a suicide role now with that level 1 invis. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be fun to see.
You know what I'm going to do? Here, 1 second. Let me throw this guy. He wants to do an interview.
Who is it?
This is Squirry.
Oh, so Lukey.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, Squirry. Lukey? What's
Yo.
Lukey?
Yeah, that's my original name.
Your original name? Okay. I'm going to call
Don't
you...
you know
Yeah.
Lukey?
I don't.
You should know Lucky.
I should.
Oh, that's what a shame.
Well, I can't say I do, but I know Squirry. I know this guy, and he is now going to be in a Diamond team, the captain of a Diamond team. So first off, congratulations. That must feel good, I'm sure.
Yeah, it feels pretty awesome, especially because we had pretty low expectations in the start.